Her first sprint triathlon was in 1988. In 1989, she did her first half at Wildflower. Found out 4 women in the oldest age group, 50 to 54 was the oldest age group, I guess, and she won. So she had to go to Kona. First year, got 4th place, hit the podium. Since that time, 21 finishes, 21 podiums, 13 world championships, 22 wins at Wildflower, 15 wins at the Vineman 70.3, USAT Age Group Championship, 3 titles of national champion, ITU World Champion, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd places over the years. In 2012, Triathlete Magazine Age Grouper of the Year, 2013, Triathlete Magazine Female Age Grouper of the Year, 2013, the oldest woman to finish the Ironman World Championship at 78 years old. In reading about Harriet, I came upon this quote: "Triathlon is not about finding your limits. It's about finding out what lies beyond them. For Harriet Anderson, she lives with no limits."
Every human being alive is rooting for Harriet Anderson from San Carlos, California. At 72, she's the oldest competitor out here.
We're 1,000 miles from comfort. We have traveled land and sea. But as long as you are with me, there's no place I'd rather be. I would away forever, exalted in the sea. As long as I am with you, my heart continues to beat. With every step we take, Kyoto to the bay, strolling so casually. We're different and the same, gave you another name, switch up the batteries. If you gave me a chance, I would take it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. Know with a little hope, you can't shame me. When I am with you, there's no place I'd rather be. No, 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 no place I'd rather be. No, 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 no place I'd rather be. When I am with you, there's no place I'd rather be.
Please welcome Harriet Anderson.
Boy, I look better than I thought I did. Well, it's wonderful being here tonight, and I'm so honored to be selected to the Hall of Fame. I didn't start out to be an athlete at all. I was raised with a mother and 2 sisters, because my father died when I was 4. So sports just wasn't part of the family. But and I went to high school, they didn't have women's sports. We didn't have a swimming pool at our high school. But I did play tennis, and I had my tennis partner, Phyllis, sitting right in front tonight. That was the only sport that we played in high school. So then, in college, I worked up in Yosemite, and I worked in the back country, and at High Sierra Camp, that's about 13 miles from the valley. So I did a lot of hiking, and everyone said, "Oh boy, you're a really good hiker." So I guess I had endurance, which I didn't realize, which really became very important when I started doing long-distance triathlons. Because I was never fast, I was a very slow swimmer. I love biking, so my biking was pretty good. And I was just a fair runner. But I had the endurance, I could keep going. So it was just fun. So like it said in the video that I started out at Wildflower, which I continued going every year because it was the first race of the season, and I would say one of the hardest races, besides Alcatraz, I found, to do. So if you could finish the long course in Alcatraz, you could do almost any other race. So I did Wildflower every year, and Vineman, and all the other races kind of in between were just kind of preparations for Kona. Because when I went to Kona that year in 1989, it was just magical. Well, Hawaii, I think, is just a special place anyway. I love the weather. I like the heat, which a lot of people don't like. I could stand the heat. And the warm water and the salt water, I was able to float. I mean, you can really swim much better. So I survived the swim every year, and I was kind of worried about that. And I wanted to do one Ironman, but I just came back year after year. And what is really fantastic, I feel like one of the luckiest people in the world, because most people, they just want to go to Kona. They want that Kona slot, and it's really difficult to obtain. I mean, you have to win your age group, but every year I was able to qualify. So, I mean, this was just really special. I mean, to be able to do I qualified 23 times and finished 22. So, every year, that was just really my goal, was really Kona, because it was just such a fantastic race. So, it was just, I loved every minute of it, and I never thought I could probably finish. And there was one picture you saw, I had a sling over my arm. It was in 2009. I crashed on the bike and injured my shoulder. And I wanted to finish, and I didn't want to go to the medical tent because I was afraid they would say, you can't finish or can't continue. So there was a doctor in the transition area, and she put the red tape around my arm so I could keep going. So it found out I'd had a broken collarbone, but I walked the entire marathon and finished the race. People said, "Here, why did you continue?" I said, "I wanted that Kona slot." I mean, that was just... And then the next time that I was kind of doubtful whether I could finish Kona was in 2012. 7 weeks before Kona, I crashed on my bike and I broke my right collarbone. So I thought, oh no, because I couldn't swim for 6 weeks. But I have a fantastic sports medicine doctor that said, I think we can get you fixed up. And sure enough, he had me start doing exercises, and I was able to pair my broken bone in time to go over to Kona. And I was really worried about the swim, because that's my weakest event. But I made it in time, and the bike. But the run, I was really tired at the end of the run. And so we got to about, mile 22, and Mike, Mark, that's, I can't remember his right name right now, that's on the motorcycle that goes along and kind of tells you how you're doing. And so he said, "Harriet, you're the last one that has an opportunity to finish, but it's only a 50-50 chance." Oh dear. So my daughter was kind of walking with my nephew, and he told my daughter, Linda, he said, "Make your mother run faster." Well, so, when you're after almost 17 hours, you're really pretty tired. So she was yelling at me, "Mom, go faster." And I thought, I got down on Ali'i, and someone said you had 2 minutes to finish. I thought, oh dear. I took off running as hard as I could, and I got to the finish within 30 seconds before midnight. So I finished. But usually I love to go through the finish line with my arms up and a smile on my face. I was so tired, I just stopped and put my hands on my hips and gasping for breath, and my husband thought I was going to pass out. But thank goodness I did finish. So I got another Kona slot for the next year. So, but I knew, you know, in my late 70s, I was getting tired. It was just hard after 17 hours out on that highway. So I knew that my time was come that I wouldn't maybe finish. So in 2014, I didn't finish because I was 3 minutes over the bike cutoff time. But that was okay. I knew that I was having a hard time. So I was 79 at that time, and so I thought, no, if I couldn't finish the Kona race, I wasn't going to continue going back. I didn't want to crawl across the finish line. I wanted to go across with my arms up in the air. So 2014 was my retirement. So I'm not doing any more long courses, but I'm still doing some short courses. But I just want to thank everyone involved in the triathlon sports, all the directors, all of the Barry, Tim has been wonderful. Everyone has been so helpful. And all the race directors, there's not one race I haven't done that I thought the race is great. So I want to thank everyone for all of their help and support. My husband for going to Kona with me 23 times. And my son and my daughter, who's sitting in the front here, and my whole family has been just so supportive of me. But it's been, you know, it's just been a wonderful life because everyone says I've inspired older people to continue exercising. And I still exercise. I still get up at 4:30 to 5 in the morning and go to the gym. And I think I'll probably do this the rest of my life. But triathlon's been such a special part of my life. So thank everyone for all their help and support.
Awesome, Harriet. Thank you. Congratulations. You'll stay over here.
I don't think Harriet Anderson just inspires old people. I just don't think so.